Just imagine, one of the greatest NFL legends, Larry Fitzgerald, has just said something that left everyone speechless. He thinks Davante Adams joining the Ravens would be an explosive combination. Can you picture this trio on the field? Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, and now Adams? That would be almost impossible to stop. Fitzgerald got super excited about the idea, and we need to talk about what he said because if this move happens, it could completely change the Ravens' offense. Stick with me until the end to understand why this trade would be so incredible. Go Ravens! Just think about it. Larry Fitzgerald, one of the greatest players of all time, believes Davante Adams would be perfect for the Ravens. He talked about it on a TV show and seemed super excited. Fitzgerald said that if Adams joins Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, defenses would have a huge problem. With everyone focused on stopping Henry running the ball and Lamar making plays, Adams would have way more space to do what he does best, running routes, shaking off defenders, and making big catches. Fitzgerald's vision makes you wonder, right? If this happens, Adams would be nearly impossible to guard. Because while defenses are trying to contain Henry and Lamar, Adams would be wide open to catch passes and turn every play into something dangerous. What he could do on the field would be terrifying for any team the Ravens face. Having a player of his level, alongside two other stars, would be a nightmare for any defense. Just imagining Adams in the Ravens' offense shows how powerful this could be. We're talking about a trio that could change the dynamic of any game. And it's no wonder Fitzgerald is so excited about this possibility. Now, the question is, what would the Ravens need to offer to make this highly desired trade happen? Now, imagine Davante Adams playing for the Ravens. With Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry on the same team, opposing defenses would have to make tough decisions. They'd have to focus heavily on the run game because Henry is a monster running the ball and Lamar is practically unstoppable with his legs. This would put Adams in a perfect situation. He'd have more space, facing one-on-one defenders, which for him is a breeze. It's in these conditions that he shines and makes incredible plays. Fitzgerald said this combination would be a nightmare for any defense. And it makes total sense, right? If the defense is worried about Henry and Lamar, Adams is free to catch passes and cause chaos. He's one of the best receivers in the league when it comes to winning one-on-one matchups. So, any team facing the Ravens would have to choose. Focus on stopping the run game and let Adams shine, or try to cover Adams and let Lamar and Henry have their way. The scariest part is that Adams wouldn't just fix the Ravens' passing game. He'd make the entire offense more balanced and unpredictable. The Ravens already have a strong offense, but with Adams, it would become nearly unstoppable. Now, we just need to find out what the Ravens are willing to offer to make this trade happen, right? These rumors about Davante Adams joining the Ravens didn't just appear out of nowhere. In fact, this story has been floating around for a while, and Adams has only been fueling the speculation. He posted a cryptic message on social media that got a lot of people excited, especially Ravens fans. He made a reference to Edgar Allan Poe, who, for those who don't know, is the inspiration behind the name Ravens. Can you believe that? Everyone started thinking he's eyeing Baltimore, and it's hard not to get hyped about the idea. Adams' social media has become a playground for speculation. When a player of his caliber starts dropping hints, it's impossible not to think something big is about to happen. And Ravens fans are following every detail, trying to decipher what these messages mean. This type of situation builds even more excitement, because if Adams is really interested, the fans can start dreaming about an even stronger offense. And look, you can't ignore what's happening. If Adams is really sending these signals, he might actually want to play for the Ravens. But before anything happens, the big question is, do the Ravens have what it takes to convince the Raiders to make this trade? Now, to bring Adams to Baltimore, the Ravens would have to put together an interesting offer for the Raiders. And the truth is, they have some good options. Baltimore could offer younger, promising players or even valuable draft picks. With the talent they have on the roster and how much they're willing to invest to improve the offense, a trade like this isn't out of the question. The idea would be to offer something valuable to the Raiders, but that makes sense for both sides. The Ravens have already shown they're willing to make bold moves to become an even more competitive team. If they really want Adams, They could put together a package that the Raiders would find hard to refuse. Of course, it wouldn't be a cheap trade, but the impact Adams would bring to the Ravens would be worth every penny. The Ravens could finally have the elite target they've been missing to complete their offense. And with that, the team would become one of the biggest threats in the NFL. Just think about what's been said. Lamar, Henry, and Adams together? No defense could handle that. Now, the question is how Adams would fit into the Ravens scheme and what he would bring to this dynamic offense. What would Davante Adams bring to the Ravens? Simple. He'd be the perfect complement to their style of play. The Ravens' offense is already heavily based on the running game with Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, which forces defenses to focus on that aspect. But with Adams, defenses wouldn't be able to do that as easily. He's one of the best receivers in the league at getting open against coverage, and that would make all the difference for Lamar Jackson to have more options in the passing game. Fitzgerald made it clear that with Adams, the Ravens' offense would become almost impossible to stop. If defenses focus on Henry and Lamar, Adams would be wide open to shine. This wouldn't just make the Ravens more dynamic, but it would create a situation where the team could exploit any weakness in the opponent. His presence on the team would completely transform how the offense operates, making it more balanced and dangerous. Adams, Jackson, and Henry together would be the perfect combination. An offense with so many options and so much power would force any defense to rethink their strategy. That's why, if the Ravens decide to take this bold risk, the result could be one of the most feared offenses in the NFL. Will they risk it all to bring Adams and transform this offense for good? Beyond just his talent on the field, Davante Adams would bring something else valuable to the Ravens, his leadership and experience. As one of the most respected wide receivers in the NFL, Adams knows what it takes to compete at a high level. He's been in big games, played under pressure, and delivered when it mattered most. His presence in the locker room could inspire younger players and push the entire team to raise their level of play. Adams isn't just a skilled receiver. He's a veteran with a deep understanding of the game. Having someone with his knowledge and work ethic could change the mentality of the Ravens offense. He's the kind of player who leads by example, showing younger players how to prepare, how to handle adversity, and how to win. This could be crucial for a Ravens team that's aiming for a deep playoff run and a Super Bowl title. Adding Adams wouldn't just be about catching passes. His influence on and off the field could have a lasting impact on the Ravens culture, turning an already talented team into a championship-caliber squad. So the question remains, are the Ravens ready to bring in a leader like Adams to elevate the entire organization? Now, the question remains, will the Ravens make this bold move and bring Davante Adams to the team? If it happens, the offense could become nearly unstoppable, and we've already seen how much this idea excites even a legend like Larry Fitzgerald. What do you think? Would this be a good move for the Ravens? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think.